Hi guys, welcome to the screencast on the movements available at synovial joints. Now it's important to know these movements as they're very common across a wide range of sports and they're important when performing sports and exercise techniques, which is something we're going to be questioned on. Now this is a sample question from last year's exam. So as you can see, it shows a bowler in cricket. So synovial joint of the shoulder allows him to complete the bowling action. Analyse how the structure of Alistair's shoulder joint allows him to complete the bowling action. Now, for you to be able to analyse the bowl, you're going to have to know movements that are available at specific joints. For example, for this joint, you're going to have to know what movements are available at a shoulder joint. But we'll discuss this in more detail in the lesson. So first of all, this is going to be your Cornell notes. Now, I know there's quite a lot of them, but they are very small, and the questions that you're going to create are going to be very small as well. Please ensure that you make the Cornell notes how I've told you. The amount of times that people aren't creating their own question, or you're producing your notes just in note form so you can't do a question. The science behind the Cornell notes is the fact that you're learning it more than just once when you're writing your own question. And that's really important to get across. So first of all, flexion. So this is a movement which decreases the joint angle, usually to the front of the body. So basically flexion is bending. So if you bend your elbow, you're getting elbow flexion. So up there, that one's flexion. Or if you bend your knee to bring your heel to your bum, that is also flexion. Then you have extension. So this is movement which increases the angle of a joint, usually to the back of the body. So with regards to the elbow, arm starts up here, we extend it down, and that is extension. And the same with the knee. If you extend your heel from your bum straight down to the floor, that is extension. You are increasing the angle at that joint. So lateral flexion, the movement of bending sideways, for example, at the waist. A lot of you may do this as a stretch before competition. Dorsiflexion, this is the same as flexion, but it's just at the ankle joint. So movement at the ankle joint as the toes move up. So when you bring your toes towards you, that is known as dorsiflexion. And then we have plantar flexion, and this is movement of the ankle joint as the toes move down. So as you point your toes, it's plantar flexion. Abduction, movement of the limb away from the midline of the body. So abduction, like abducting something, you're taking it away. Okay. Adduction, movement of the limb towards the midline of the body. Now, down here is abduction, adduction. So abduction, you take it for abduction of the shoulder, you're taking the arms away. Adduction at the shoulder, you're bringing your arms back towards the midline. And that's the same with the hip. So for abduction, you'll take your leg away from the midline. And for adduction, you bring your leg back to the midline. We have horizontal flexion, movement of a limb towards the midline of the body parallel to the ground. Now I'll just show you this in lesson when we come to it. Horizontal extension, movement of the limb away from the midline of the body, again parallel to the ground. Rotation, so in rotation we have both internal and external rotation, also known as medial and lateral. I can understand if your head's kind of all over the place now because of all these different terms, but just get these notes down. So rotation is rotating a limb either toward the body or away from the body. And again, we'll go through these in lesson. Horizontal abduction, horizontal adduction. This is the movement of bringing your arm across your body and then back again. So across your body would be adduction, and back again, away, would be abduction. And finally, we've got circumduction, the circular movement of a body part or combination of flexion, extension, abduction, and adduction. This only takes place at the shoulder. Now, so if you look at this definition, a circular movement of a body part, a combination of flexion, extension, abduction, and adduction. If we go back to this question here, analyse how the structure of Alistair's shoulder joint allows him to complete the bowling action. The part you need to discuss when it comes to movement is circumduction has been created, which is flexion, extension, abduction, adduction. You'd get marks for that. But again, we'll talk about that in lesson. So if you get those notes down, that'd be brilliant. Thank you.